We've had hot sunshine for the last couple of days. It hasn't stopped most of the showers, especially around the eastern half of the Caribbean up towards the Windward Islands. Nevertheless, we have quiet conditions across the tropical Atlantic. You just see here from the Caribbean all the way out to Africa, up towards the north as well. There are no tropical cyclones set to develop, although at this time of the year, middle to late part of the hurricane season, we tend to be watching the Gulf of Mexico as well as the Caribbean Sea quite closely. But right now across the Caribbean Sea, we have a couple of tropical waves, and then we have this trough here, and it continues to bring a lot more moisture into the eastern Caribbean. There's an upper level trough as well, aiding some of that development further up the island chain. But in terms of our neck of the woods for Tobago, it will continue to be cloudy overnight, the possibility of a shower turning heavy or thundery during the early hours, and then continuing as you go through your Friday morning. And obviously with the daytime heating, the added moisture as well as the instability, will likely hear a rumble or two coming across Tobago, especially along the northern parts as you go through the afternoon. Now for Trinidad tonight, it's going to be mostly settled. A few showers are still likely, especially along the hillsides around the northern range. For central and southern areas, again, just occasional showers popping up as you go through the early part of the morning. Along the northern range, just as you got on Thursday, the daytime heating will spark some of those showers coming along the northern range, pushing into eastern areas and then down towards the southwest as well. So there's a possibility for western areas of Trinidad to see the heavier shower, especially around San Fernando into Pinal, out towards Point Fortin as well. There was a gathering of cloud across Thursday afternoon. Could be seeing a repeat of that around the Gulf of Paria through Friday afternoon. Temperature-wise, looking at 23 degrees Celsius again in Trinidad, 25 by night for Tobago. 31 will be the high tomorrow, but it will be a humid and a sticky 31 across Tobago. And the humidity will remain with us as you go through Saturday and Sunday. Even though there will be a bit more sunshine around, it will still add to the warmth. There's still a lot of moisture set to come through. And then on a Monday, there's a bit more moisture set to come into Trinidad in particular. So you could be seeing a bit more in terms of some steadier falls of rain as you get into the early next week. Now for those heading offshore, we continue to see those easterly winds of 15 knots, but it has strengthened just a touch. And you notice a bit of the strengthening of the winds as you go into the weekend. So looking at waves of 2 meters in the Atlantic through Friday, 1.5 meters to the Caribbean, still maintaining small waves in the Gulf of Paria, well below 1 meter there. And you've got your high tide at 4:45 p.m. and your first low tide is at 10:45 a.m. Now across the eastern Caribbean, across Dominica, they've seen another 25 millimeters on the Thursday in the last 24 hours, and they'll continue to see a lot more in terms of some showery activity stretching all the way into Antigua and into St. Kitts. The continuation of that upper level trough, feeding a lot of moisture in there, and that will be the lot as they go through Friday and Saturday. For the Greater Antilles, we could just continue to see a few brief showers from time to time, but it will be the eastern Caribbean that will be the main focus of the weather as you go through Friday, especially around the Windward Islands, up towards Barbados and St. Vincent. Thunder showers are likely there, and we've talked about the thundery downpours likely for parts of Dominica as well as getting up towards St. Kitts as well. But at least for our Friday, we'll end the working week under cloudy spells, a few showers coming through, especially along the hillsides and around western areas of Trinidad to end the working week. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.